Welcome to the English edition of Around the Globe. Two Muslim congresswomen in the US are now targets of large-scale operations that use far-right fake news, reports Guardian, the prestigious British newspaper. More than 1,000 fake reports and trolls are posted every week to more than 1 million followers. Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib have been singled out for the attacks. Born in Somalia, Ilhan Omar is well known for her support to the Palestine cause. She has also criticized the undue influence of Zionist lobby in the US. She has been subjected to hundreds of online death threats when she appeared wearing a scarf in the US Congress. Both Ilhan and Rashida are members of a group of progressive women of color, which also includes Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez and Ayanna Pressley. In July, President Trump used racist remarks against them. Without naming them, of course, he has suggested that they go back to the crime-infested places they come from. Guardian reports that there is a network of far-right anti-Semitic groups running Facebook pages in countries like the United States, Australia, Canada, and even Nigeria. According to an analysis by Queensland University in Australia, a single Israel secret entity, probably helped and financed by the Israeli intelligence, is coordinating all these. Ilhan says Facebook complacency is a reason for this kind of operations against them. The UN General Assembly on Tuesday approved a resolution which calls on the international community not to render any aid or assistance to the illegal settlements in the Occupied Palestine. Some 147 member states, including the European Union, have voted for the resolution. The resolution also reiterated that the proposed Palestine state also includes Golan Heights and East Jerusalem, both illegally annexed by Zionist state. Only 7 states opposed the resolution. All 28 European Union member states supported the resolution. Countries opposed includes, of course, the United States, Israel, Canada, and micro states like Nauru and Kiribati that depend on US dollars. Palestinian ambassador to the UN thanked for its very strong support. Meanwhile, pressure is building up on Benjamin Netanyahu to resign as the Prime Minister of Israel. It is reported that Israel President Reuven Rivlin will consider pardoning him in exchange for his retiring from political life and confessing to the crimes he is accused of. Netanyahu was indicted in November for corruption. Several political leaders in Israel see him as a block to a coalition between two large political fronts. It is now very clear that a Saudi Air Force officer is behind the shooting at the Naval Air Station Pensacola, Florida. 4 persons, including the gunman, was killed in the incident. The attacker is identified as Mohammed al-Shamrani, and he was killed by the local police. There is no explanation for the Saudi turning murderer. However, a Twitter account appearing to match Shamrani is found to have many anti-US posts. It is said that killer played videos of mass shootings at a dinner with other Saudi friends in the base. Many of them have been held for questioning. This is the second deadly shooting at a US military installation. 12 people were also injured, including 2 policemen. Pensacola base is a major training site in the US Navy, and military personnel from around the globe come there for training. and unacknowledged brainwashing. US military bases have seen deadly shooting incidents, including one in Texas in 2009 that left 13 dead, and one in Washington that killed 12 in 2013. On Wednesday, a sailor shot at 3 civilians at the historic Pearl Harbor military base in Hawaii. Of them, 2 were killed. The gunman shot himself. In early December this year, there were 2 school shootouts in Wisconsin. They have occurred across the country, from Georgia to California, from elementary schools to the colleges. An estimated 43% of schools have armed security guards. Many schools allow teachers to carry guns. All killers were US nationals, except the killer at Pensacola base. The first president of Ivory Coast, Felix Houphouët-Boigny, who died in 1993, was more interested in building very big monuments to keep his memory than the welfare of his people. No expense was spared when he wanted to build a new capital city in his native village. He even built an airport with a runway long enough to accommodate Concorde, the white elephant of an aircraft now turned into a museum piece. He also built a grand palace surrounded by an artificial lake with crocodiles gifted by another dictator in neighboring Mali. Since his final departure, the new rulers went back to original capital of the country, Abidjan. So the new capital is in ruins. But what will the crocodiles do? Many of them escaped from the lake into cities' waterways and reproduced in large number. Nobody knows how many crocs are there and how many people have been killed so far. That is a problem the government now finds difficult to meet. Crocodiles are everywhere, but nobody to feed them. The only caretaker was eaten by the crocodiles. Not a bad memorial for a president who was known as one of the long-lasting African dictators. Fit legacy of a big political croc in the continent. Around the Globe English edition is signing off. Thank you very much for watching.